Fair Use Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. September 15th, A New Life. Yes, there is a substitute, and it is vastly more than that. It is a fellowship in Alcoholics Anonymous. Life will mean something at last. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 152. Life is better without alcohol. AA and the presence of a higher power keeps me sober. But the grace of God does even better. It brings service into my life. Contact with the AA program teaches me a new and greater understanding of what Alcoholics Anonymous is and what it does, but most importantly, it helps to show me who I am, an alcoholic who needs the constant experience of the Alcoholics Anonymous program so that I may live a life given to me by my higher power. Courage to Change One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, September 15th. Night after sleepless night, I tossed and turned and worried. Why couldn't I sleep? What was the matter with me? My life was stressful, but no more so than usual. I tried hot milk, reading in bed, soft music, even a visit to the doctor, but I still couldn't get more than a few hours sleep. I was in a panic. I spoke about my concerns in Al-Anon meeting, and another member related a similar problem. What had helped him was to accept the situation fully and admit that he was powerless to make himself sleep. In retrospect, he said, his sleeplessness had been a blessing. It had kept him too tired to get into trouble. I realized that the same was true for me. Instead of worrying compulsively about a loved one's sobriety, watchful and nosy despite my many attempts to mind my own business, lately I've been too tired to be overly involved in anything that wasn't my concern. I had often prayed to be released from my obsessive worry, and now, in an unexpected way, my prayers seem to have been answered. Today's reminder: my higher power's gifts sometimes take unusual forms. Perhaps something I regard as a problem is really a form of assistance. There is a quote from William Shakespeare, and it reads, "Nothing is either good or bad. It's thinking that makes it so." Just for today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, September 15th. Filling the emptiness. We think that if we can just get enough food, enough sex, or enough money, we'll be satisfied and everything will be all right. Basic text, page 80. In our addiction, we could never get enough drugs or money or sex or anything else. Even too much was never enough. There was a spiritual emptiness inside us. Though we tried as hard as we could to fill that emptiness ourselves, we never succeeded. In the end, we realized that we lacked the power to fill it. It would take a power greater than ourselves to do that. So we stopped using, and we stopped trying to fill the emptiness in our gut with things. We turned to our higher power, asking for its care, strength, and direction. We surrendered and made way for that power to begin the process of filling our inner void. We stopped grabbing things and started receiving the free gift of love our higher power had for us. Slowly, our inner emptiness was being filled. Now that we've been given our higher power's gift of love, what do we do with it? If we clasp that gift tightly to ourselves, we will smother it. We must remember that love grows only when it is shared. We can only keep this gift by freely giving it away. The world of addiction is a world of taking and being taken. The world of recovery is a world of giving and being given. In which world do we choose to live? Just for today, I choose to live in the fullness of recovery. I will celebrate my conscious contact with the God of my understanding by freely sharing with others that which has been freely shared with me. Today, Emotions Anonymous, September 15th. Reflection for today. For years I ran from pain, thinking denial would make it go away. But denying the pain only created more and more anguish and isolation. Hearing the phrase, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional, touched the core of my being. The reality is that as a human being, I will experience pain. It is inevitable. Knowing I can alleviate needless suffering if I am willing to risk facing my pain creates a feeling of hope and security in me. Meditation for today. Help me to face my pain. Give me the courage to share my hurts with another, for it will rid me of my isolation. Today I will remember, feeling pain is a sign that I am human, open to life, and growing. Strengthening my recovery, meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. September 15th. Promise 9. Healthy boundaries and limits will become easier for us to set. BRB page 591. As children, our integrity was badly mangled. Physical, psychological, social, and spiritual boundaries were rarely, if ever, respected in our homes. As a result of this conditioning, we didn't learn to honor our own boundaries or those of others. If we grew up in a house where our toes were continually stepped on and no one took responsibility, we may have become toe steppers and believed it was normal. We come to at ACA meetings. We learn about respecting boundaries at our first meeting when we observe the no cross talk rule. This healthy boundary allows us, each of us, to express our reality without comment, judgment, or placating behavior. As we continue to attend meetings and share our experiences, we may discover our other levels of toe stepping that we are still acting out. Through the steps, we discover how our childhood boundaries were violated. From there, we progress to acknowledging how those violations affect us today. Through reparenting ourselves, we reestablish healthy internal and external boundaries. We begin to restore our integrity by making others, even those in authority, aware of the healthy limits we are setting in our lives. The affirmation reads, "On this day, I will honor healthy boundaries at my ACA meetings. I will use them as stepping stones to acknowledging my buried childhood memories and feelings. I am learning to set boundaries with integrity." Please share, subscribe, like, and most of all, be the you that you are created to be. To remember that you are not alone and that recovery is possible one day at a time.